And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK show. And this is going to be episode 325. So I hope you guys had a great day and I hope you guys have a great weekend that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK show, I am going to be having a conversation with Dela once again. And this is going to be his second appearance on the show. He made an appearance on, the Iron Man podcast originally when it was called that, back when I just did it on just Rumble and X and Twitch. Then when I did the MSK show, he made his first appearance on that. And then now we're talking to him again. God damn. You know what's crazy, dude? So last time we talked, Charlie Kirk was still alive. Ain't that
yeah, man. It was. That's like that was a year. Was it a year ago? I feel like it was
it might
over a
have
year
been.
ago.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a year ago. I think you
After
still in the
had,
200s or your episodes.
Yeah. Because after that one-on-one, you had said you couldn't come on again, not because you don't want to, because you were really, really busy because life had been getting crazier with work.
Yeah,
and shit.
it was just like the time.
What happened?
And stuff.
You're
It
still
was
busy?
just it was just with time and stuff, and like getting things together for my own personal life and everything. And I think like it was the time difference. It was like the days you wanted to do it. I was like, it's okay. It's gonna be kind of hard.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So it was like, yeah, if it's not a Friday afternoon, it's not gonna work out.
God,
I got a day job, man. I gotta be a professional. I can't make money on YouTube and Twitch like all the other people.
Especially with how it is now, because YouTube is sitting here going like, yeah, we want to bring back all these like creators and stuff like that, and they'll have a chance to make a new channel or get their old channel back, and it's like that's still some bullshit. Like I think even people don't like Andrew Tate. He tried to essentially make a brand new channel or revive the old one he had. They just got rid of it within like an hour. These people are such full of shit. Actually, it's just so crazy. Like, even if I don't like what Rumble is doing at all, because their platform is pretty just awful, like YouTube's no better because people are so stupid, dude. Their brains, I think, are now permanently on pancake waffle argument. Just because just because you shit on one thing, they automatically think in their brains that you're just gonna praise the other thing with undying conditional love. And it's like, no, absolutely not. Like, YouTube is a terrible company, and they've been actually showing that time and time again. Actually, just recently,
well, you kind of see that. You kind of saw that with Blue Sky, or whatever the hell it is, and Twitter. When they changed to X, we did the whole Twitter is dead thing, and everybody ran to Blue Sky, and then they ran to Blue Sky, and they saw how Blue Sky wasn't like they weren't popping on Blue Sky like they thought they were, and like they got their small little followers came over there, and they were like they're struggling. And where did they go back? They ran right back to X. You ran away from the same thing that you were scared of, Like Thanos said, where did your failure bring me? Right back to me. You go back. It's the same people who left Twitch for Mixer. When Mixer went belly up, where did they come back to? Twitch. It's like these people these are the same people that probably break up with an abusive ex and go right back to them, because it's like you don't know anything better. Like, so you just complain and complain, and you just always come back to what you know because you suck.
It's just odd because like people automatically think just because you're like, I don't know, critiquing one thing, it means you praise the other, and it's just like, no, YouTube is obvious. Like, just literally right as we're doing this episode of the MSK show, literally about 2 weeks ago, it was revealed that YouTube straight up did some very fascist things that apparently a lot of liberals would go, damn, that's pretty fascist authoritarian. But since they're basically, suppressing and censoring people that they like, then it's okay, because the argument with them would go like this: but they deserved it because they were spreading misinformation. That's not how free speech works. Actually, under free speech, you can lie. That's a thing you can do, unless you're going to sue someone for being libel, right? You can sue someone for defamation if it's actually a lie. Like, and it's one of these things where they only care to censor people if it's literally people they don't like or they don't care for. That's how their free speech works. Because we were talking about this like before the show started. It's like everything that they do is like virtuous and right and justice and moral, and it's all gravy. But if you do anything, you're just the worst thing imaginable. I just don't get it.
Like, pretty much like during the last 6 years, like when you started doing the Biden administration, if you were on the opposite end of stuff, it was okay to ban and kick you off platforms and stuff because you're spreading misinformation, you're spreading hate and all this stuff. Now that it's in the Trump administration and they're doing the exact same thing, it's like that's fascism. It's like it wasn't fascist when you were doing it. It was called holding people accountable. But now, as a different group of doing it, it's fascism. The thing is, like, these people really don't know what fascism is. They have an ideal of it,
Mm-hmm.
and like you go to Europe, go over to the UK, and just watch. If you say something, is I see the stories all the time. Like in the UK, people get the minute they say something mean on the internet, the cops knock at their door
Mm-hmm.
and they get violations, they get fines.
I've seen it.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
so
Yeah.
if you want real fascism, go ahead and say something negative about Trump or freaking anybody that you don't like on the other side, and they knock at your door. Then what? That's real fascism. You know, you can't compare what you like people losing their jobs over uh making fun of Charlie Kirk's death. You know, a man was killed in front of thousands of people for his political views and stuff, and then there's people celebrating it and making jokes of it. And you know, if that was the shoe was on the other foot, and you know,
Let's just say AOC. That happened to her.
yes, if that happened to AOC and the Republicans was making fun of it and stuff, everybody who was Republican and any platform or something, they would be removed or fired from their job. There would be blood on the streets. There'll be riots. There'll still be riots in the street to this
Yeah.
day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, there'll be riots.
Mm-hmm.
But Charlie Kirk died. Some people got fired because they wanted to be idiots on the internet, and there was prayer vigils, and people who didn't like Charlie Kirk went to those vigils and started attacking people, which didn't make sense. Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you try to compare the left and the right, it's like one side would have rioted, the other side just prayed and was like, "Yo, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's sad." And I think now the world and some people are starting to realize, like, wait a minute, I don't think the left, the Democratic Party, is really all up there. They really are deranged.
Yeah.
And
Because people
don't
kept
get me
playing
wrong,
that
there's
it
people
was
on
both
both
sides.
sides.
Yeah, because people kept playing that. But even if I were to even allow that to be a mindset in my brain, I don't think it's as bad though, right?
Yeah,
Like,
it's not.
it's not a 50-50 thing. It would have to be more like I would honestly say like 80-20 max, you know? But then again,
Yeah,
I don't know about every scenario that ever pops because that happens in politics. Is like when because someone will say, "What happened to this?" Like when Charlie Kirk was assassinated, they were like, "Well, how about what happened to this Republican couple or whatever?" And it's like, well, this is the problem with the media. Then, if that happened to them and we didn't hear as much about it, then that's a problem because when it
that's
doesn't fit their narrative, then they don't actually talk about it as much. This is what people keep bringing up. But these people defend the media. It's like, no, the media only, it's just the media is amazing and you should just believe everything you're told. And it's like, good Lord, good fucking God.
it's the whataboutism, and it's annoying
Yeah.
because the Democrats, when those it was two Democratic officials that were killed, and nobody knew these people names.
Not,
If
yeah,
you
right. Yeah.
Not one
Yeah.
person knew these two people, this woman's name, her husband's name, before
Mm-hmm.
they were killed. No one talked about them. The minute they were dead, it was like, oh, look what happened. Blame the right, and that was it. It
Mm-hmm.
was on the wayside. But the minute Charlie Kirk is killed, it's like everybody's talking about it. Everybody's still talking about it.
Yeah.
Like, so who's to blame? Is don't blame the media, blame yourselves. Because a lot of these guys who go on the internet, they love to swear up and down. They said that they're not being paid to talk about slandering one side or the other. Well, yeah, it's been proven the Democratic Party, there are people who are hired and they always have the same script. It's the same script.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
robots. And like I sit there and say, like, we're in the age of people are freaking programmable NPCs. Like everybody's bot to me right now. Like a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people say there's bots because
Mm-hmm.
you are told something, you believe it, and you go with it. No
Mm-hmm.
one thinks for themselves anymore. It's like I have to believe this because you know why? This is the side I'm on. This is the side I have to stay on, and I don't want to lose the support from this side because this is all I got,
Mm-hmm.
and it's annoying. And people tell me I come from a sense of privilege because I don't let the political stuff get to me. Well, I got my own problems. I ain't got time to worry about everybody else's problems. You got too much free time. If you could sit there and worry about the stuff that's happening overseas, the stuff that's happening to the immigrants, the stuff that happening to some random person in Wyoming that can't. If you got all that time to worry about that and you not your own problems, then I feel you have more privilege than I do.
Mm-hmm. Also, these are the same people that literally tweet more, like, I would say, I swear, like, they're under every single political thread, whether it's right or left. Every single minute a tweet goes up. Like, if Lauren Chen has a tweet going up, they're already replying under it, being like, but what about this situation? And then they do the same thing for like 5 other people, and it's like, how do you have time for that? It's right. You're right. They're probably getting paid to do it, because no one was doing that. Who would do that for free? Sitting up there and going over every single thread on Twitter and just like replying to somebody repeatedly, or replying to people in those threads. You'd have to be getting paid for it, unless you're just straight up an NPC, like you said, right?
I got no time to argue with people on the internet, because the thing I realize is just like most of those people are bots. Most of them are some guy down in the basement in India or China, where those bots are being created and stuff. And then it's like they're like source. You give them the source, and it's like, well, this is not a reliable source. Or so it's like it doesn't matter what source I give you. If it's proving you wrong, you're gonna say, oh, it's not a reliable source. What is a reliable source to you? Where does the source have to come to make it reliable? And it's on both sides, the Republicans and Democrats.
You're talking about confirmation bias. That's what a lot of people do.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I could give you all the sources. I could give you the history, the facts, the news articles, the videos, and you're still gonna sit there and go, "This is not real. I don't care. You're wrong."
And what's really crazy is a lot of the sources you'll give people say, but that's right wings. Some of these people are like the Washington Post. That's definitely not right wing. Nothing. No circumstances are they right wing, or the vice versa. Like you'll have like USA Post say something, and a left wing person be like, no, but that's right wing, or vice versa. It's like, well, if you don't accept any source of like information where it comes from, then what is the point of having a conversation with you in general? You know, you just want to say shit and then that's it. And it's like, okay, if you want to do that, cool, but then don't say you're about like facts and stuff, right? Because the Charlie Kirk thing you brought up earlier, the one thing that people keep saying is the whole like thing he said, well, if I saw a black pilot, I would question if he's unqualified. What people don't realize is this was actually, I think it was 2 sources. Well, one of them I remember that I think Steven Crowder had it in his Change My Mind that he brought back recently, where the actual company, people don't know this, made a statement that said they wanted to hire more black, more marginalized people, as they call them now, and more women, right? So if a company is making a statement like that, and they're not stating, hey, we're going to hire you based off merit, what is a rational thinking person supposed to believe, you know?
Well, we did it to ourselves, because look at during the Biden administration, everything that came out was like, we're lowering standards because it hurts people of color. We're lowering this, like they're lowering all these standards because people of color don't have those advantages. And it's just like, do you just see us as idiots? Are we just dumb? Can we not? Oh, we have to change math because math is race. You have to change this. We have to take away charter schools because it's not fair to people and minorities. And what annoys me is that people use Black and Hispanic people as a key, as like a driving point for their topics. Like DEI, they're like, oh, it's for Black people, because they're disadvantaged. Black people didn't benefit off DEI. It was a bunch of white women that did that. White women benefited from DEI. The government, do you know there's like a million white people that are in the government?
I do.
In the federal government. In the federal government.
I do know that. Yeah.
Why is not a whole bunch of Black people in there?
Well, the joke that I always say is like they like to commit the crime more than actually solving the crime. It's like people ask why is there no Black politicians? I always say they kind of like doing the crime more than solving the crime. For being honest,
there's Black politicians, but with the
there's not a lot, but there is a few. Yeah,
there's a lot, and there's like you can't. Then it goes on to this: how Black is he? Is he foundational Black?
There's white, Black. Yeah.
Is he mixed? Is he from the Caribbean?
Yeah.
So then it becomes this whole other thing. I don't see Asian people talk like this like all the time. Like, oh, is he Korean? Is he Chinese? Is he South Korean? They don't say all this stuff. They say, oh, he's Asian. He just speaks a different dialect. You don't see them fighting amongst each other and posting shit online saying like, oh, we can't listen to him because he's he's a he's a different kind of Chinese. He's not the right kind of Chinese. He's Korean, so he doesn't know the
Mhm.
struggles of a Chinese man in America. You know, he doesn't
Yes,
know
the
that.
constant playing of the victim card as they do. Or it's like when you're presented with something, it's never good enough. It's like, hey, black people have been doing this, but they're like, but it's always been systemic racism. I always find this crazy. People bring up systemic racism. If things were that bad, then why were there black people that became successful even after that? Obviously, it's not a systemic thing. And let's just say, for argument's sake, there that crack thing was something that people planned. Even if it was, that doesn't mean that people can just sit there and just use that as a victim card forever. It's like, yeah, bad shit happens to people. You got to move forward from it. You know, what do you like? It sounds like people just want to use that just to permanently use that in their mind as a victim card to never improve, to just sit there and do nothing. It's like, that's crazy, you know?
Yeah, what is holding back the modern black man in today? What is holding you back? Like
Hmm.
what is really holding you back? Oh, I grew up in the hood. Okay, I grew up in the hood too.
So did
I
I.
seen
Yeah.
I seen people get shot. I
Hmm.
sold drugs. I went to juvie. I've been arrested. I did all that hood stuff. And I got out. I made a benefit because I didn't sit there and play the victim. I didn't say the white man doesn't want to give me something. The white man was the one who gave me opportunity. The white man helped get me to where I am because every time a black person, it was like, oh, you can't do this. You can't do that because you know why? They're not really trying to help you. It's like, so you trying to keep me down and keep me in the same situations you are because you don't want to see me succeed. So because I'm succeeding, I'm white now, and I forgot where it came from. All right, go tell that same shit to Jay-Z and all the rappers and all the black celebrities. Go tell them that because
Yeah.
Jay-Z don't come back to Marcy anymore. How many schools did Jay-Z build in Marcy projects? I'll wait.
Any of the famous R&B singers or rap artists, the ones that, at least people know as hugely famous, all of them that move out of the hood, they don't talk about that shit. They're
How many
talking about it as far
schools?
as like, yeah, they don't go back
Yeah,
and live there. It's crazy how these guys always talk about like the struggle and everything. It's like, but you wouldn't live in these places ever again. No one would. No one wants
they
to live there.
won't.
Yeah.
There's like the white people. The white people that come. Why is Antifa always in the black areas burning shit down? Why they was in the poor areas?
Hmm.
Go to the suburbs. Go march in that shit. Why did they put all the illegal immigrants in black and Hispanic areas? And then now ICE is kicking down the doors. It's like, oh, they're coming for black people. Why did they put it in our areas?
Hmm.
Because it was easy. It's
Yeah.
easy. It's easy to take some immigrants and people non-desirables and
Yeah.
throw
Yeah.
them into another area where people are non-desirable. And it sounds harsh for me to say, oh, you see black and Hispanic people are non-desirables living in the projects. The government sees them as that because they didn't put these people in white areas that are prominent that have, guess what, apartment units and luxury condos. Why are they not there? They
Hmm.
could have went there. There's. I last time I checked, you go to a decent white area. There's like, I've seen white projects with
Hmm.
the. I seen those. Why didn't
Or
they go there?
I had Mugen Lord on, and he even said like there are some places in Philly that are middle class, straight black neighborhoods. They don't do
Yeah,
anything ghetto. They're all about just going to work and raising the families and shit like that. It's like, why are we not praising that? Why aren't we? Because like, keep in mind, in black culture, as for like rap videos and all that other degenerate shit, that's what gets praised. Being a single mom and twerking and doing crime and shit, unless there's a generational culture shift within the next, I don't know, few generations, or the people now currently, it's never going to change because people just think that's cool. That's the mindset. They're like, well, it's cool to do that. It's like, that's not great to do any of that stuff. Like Cardi B is literally a human piece of shit. But even she, like in a recent interview she was like, no, I make sure my kids are well taken care of and all that stuff. This is someone who's literally like a horrible person. But even she's
yeah.
sitting there going like, yeah, I should probably make sure my kids are good educated. I was surprised that a take like that didn't even get her canceled.
You
Like,
see that. You see that a lot with some of these rappers and people. There's like they don't want their kids to go down the path they want their kids to have
right.
opportunities in life
Yeah.
and things in life that they didn't have.
Hmm.
And some people may see like, oh, they're pushing her. She's pushing the kids and things. Those kids don't want to do that stuff. And it's like, okay, but the kids still would have those skills. Because when I was growing up, I had after school programs and stuff and
Yeah.
community centers. You go, those things are all gone. Those things are gone because you know why? NYSHA is like, we're not going to fund that. The city's like, we're not giving money to that. For what?
Yeah, the
Why?
funding for it got cut. You're right. We
So
used to have the same things here too. Yeah.
why didn't Jay-Z or Nas, people who grew up in Queens and Brooklyn, come
Tyson
back and
X, the
say,
biggest streamer in the world, black.
why
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 doesn't
they're
he do
not
this?
coming back and saying like, yo, I
Yeah.
want to try to, who do I got to talk to so we can get these things back for black youth? Who do I have to talk to? What can I do to make this for myself? Because once you hit a certain amount of money, politicians listen to you.
Mhm.
Because I'm sorry, it doesn't matter your skin color. It's the only color that matters to a politician is green. The more you have of that, the more they listen. Because why the hell is anyone listening to Bill Gates, a man who makes computers, when it comes to political stuff? Why am I listening to a guy? You know computers, bro. Make your computers. I'm not going to listen to a freaking butcher on things like astrophysics. Unless that butcher went to school for astrophysics, then. But if you all you know is how to dismember a freaking animal and relate it to human body and stuff, and then you start talking about, oh well, I know how how astrophysics works and like rocket science stuff, then you got to sit there and start going like, why am I listening to this guy? What's happening here?
Yeah.
Is there something we're missing?
Like, because I know you come from a Twitch background too. Kaisenet, a black guy, is the biggest stream, is one of, if not the biggest streamers in the world. Remember
Yes.
recently he got into that well, I won't say drama. It was more like he wanted some information on where his money was going to, because he donated money to these like he donated money to like Africa or whatever to get like schools built for like
Yeah.
underprivileged children, and he was wondering like, hey, is anything, or maybe it was Nigeria, but he was like, where's my money? Where is anything gonna get built? And people in the chat were trying to tell him, dude, you got scammed. They could do it over there if they want to. They just don't. Actually, what's even crazy is he would do that in those countries, but not do it where he is. He should be making an impact where he lives first, then worry about people around the world, someone else's kids. Like, people here need stuff. If people like him apparently care this much about marginalized people and underprivileged people, and people don't have a lot of money, and as you say, poor people, why not give these people that kind of money? But he's sitting here donating money to other countries when the problems are like right here. I guarantee you someone in his family is struggling
Tax
right
write-offs.
now.
Tax write-off. That's what it
Yeah.
is. That's the truth. It's all taxes. When you see those
Yeah.
big streamers do that stuff, like donate all this money to these fundings, yeah, it's good, but it's a huge tax write-off. And that's one of the things that people need to understand. Like, especially when it comes to like millionaires and billionaires, the way they make money, it's not by annual income.
Yeah.
It's not annual income. It's a residual income. Is something, a
It's like a
passive
lot of
income.
liquidated assets in the businesses, and
Yes.
then you create jobs in the businesses
You
to make
can't get
money.
taxed on. You don't. What do you get
Right.
taxed on? Annual income.
Right.
You get taxed on annual income.
Mhm.
That's what they tax you. Your annual income. Even if you're 1099 worker, how much money did you make in the year
Right.
from this thing you were doing?
Right.
Right.
Like
When it's
Mr.
something
Beast.
else, you get that kickback stuff.
Right.
They can't tax that. They're like, okay, I don't know how to.
Right.
It's a different code.
People
Different
don't actually
rules.
understand it, dude, because like recently Mr. Beast, he was like, I think there was a controversy with him because he like apparently asked his mom to borrow some money for like a wedding or whatever, and people were like, but he's filthy rich, why doesn't he just have it himself? This is where you know the average person doesn't know shit. It's because, guys, all that money he has is liquidated into businesses, right? So he doesn't get taxed as hard, because if your money, apparently this is how it really works, if your money is inside a business or multiple businesses, you would get taxed less. You can create a bunch of jobs.
Yep.
You can, and they get taxed, which is easier on you depending on what benefits you give them or whatever, right? All of it.
Yeah.
Like, if you walk to Mr. Beast right now, he wouldn't have money in his pocket. He would have to go and pull it out of some sort of business he owns, right? Because having that money, as you said, he's going to get taxed for it. So it's all,
Exactly.
it's better to, that's why if you're talking to anyone that big, they always say the number one thing is, I'm going to reinvest it back to myself. By reinvesting it back to themselves, they mean they're going to create another whole business and create things that way, because there's less taxes that way. They're probably still getting taxed a lot of money, but it's less hurtful,
but it's not as
to create
much
businesses. Yeah.
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 So when they say the rich needs to pay their fair share,
they're
the
already
rich
creating
will never,
jobs.
the rich
Yeah.
will never, ever, 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 ever pay their fair share in taxes like you are, because they are using different tax codes. And once you
Mm-hmm.
make that much money,
Mm-hmm.
you start learning, hey, I know how to do this, this, and this, and this. I have accounting, they handle all this stuff. So when I get taxed, but at the same time, I say, oh, I lost all this money because this business lost this much. This, like, I I still win. That's why go back all the way to when Trump first ran for presidency. He said, Hillary Clinton, if you don't like what I'm doing, change the tax code, but you won't because you make money. You get the same donations from the people who endorse you. Like you won't change it because it hurts them. Oh, so it's this whole. So the thing is, like, do we let these people with millions and billions on political spectrums tell us how the other guy is bad?
Mm.
He's the problem. Don't look at my money. Look at that guy's money. That's what it is. It's
It's all
no,
literally
no, no.
pocket watching.
I'm
Yeah.
the good guy. I'm the good guy. I'm a good guy because I am a Democrat. I care about you working and you getting more money. So worry about his dollars. Don't worry
Mm-hmm.
about the extra money I made as a politician making off close to $1 million a year. Don't worry about that. Worry about that guy. Oh, that guy is a Republican. He got donations. Don't worry about the Democrat. The Democrats getting all these donations. Don't worry about us getting donations. Don't worry about me. Worry about that guy because you don't like that guy.
It's the
He's the
ultimate
bad
Wizard
guy.
of Oz movie scene where pay attention to nothing happening behind the
Yeah, don't pay attention to my pockets.
curtain.
Pay attention to his pockets because he's the bad guy. We hate billionaires. We hate
Yeah.
those billionaires, not
Right.
my
It's
billionaires.
crazy how people like that are progressive or activists or whatever they call themselves. They're like, we hate billionaires. Like you don't hate billionaires enough. But you, I really want people to understand the biggest people on the planet that are the filthy richest own the biggest companies you probably know. Starbucks, owned by a guy who always voted Democrat. Jeff Bezos has always voted Democrat from what I know. Always. What's the guy who made Microsoft? Bill
Bill
Gates,
Gates.
filthy Democrat. I mean, Democrat. He got Democratic policy shoved down his throat. Honestly,
Those are
you know.
those are the good billionaires, though. Those are the
Right,
billionaires we
right.
like.
Yeah,
We can't
forgot it.
hate those billionaires because they don't like the other guy on the other side. We
George
hate.
Soros, billionaire.
We gotta listen. At the end of the day, people are too busy. The government and all these people with money, they're smart. They know what they're doing. They
Mm-hmm.
know it's people are simple. They're very easy manipulated, and it's they just gotta wind us up, say the right things, and then
Right.
off we go. Look how we were so interested in the Epstein's file, and it was like, there's no Epstein's file. I was like, what do you mean there's no Epstein's file? You don't forget about the Epstein's file. Worry about aliens and all this other nonsense. What was the Epstein's file? Oh, don't worry about the Epstein's file. It's not real. The Epstein, the victims of the Epstein file said they're gonna release their own list. Where's that list? I'm still waiting on the list from the victims. Oh, the victims
Yeah,
not saying anything. What happened to the victims releasing the list?
they
Oh,
might have
this
got the
politician
letter.
spoke to the victims and she was so devastated.
Yeah, I
She's
saw
gonna
that.
release
Yeah.
all the telltale. Where's that? Maybe, just maybe, the left and right are all in the list. And if somebody opens their mouth, guess what? Here today, gone tomorrow.
Because you asked them, hey, when Biden was in charge or the Biden administration was in charge, why didn't they just release it then? So you ask people, if Trump was on there, I'm not saying he is or isn't, but he was on there. I
Yeah,
mean, the Biden administration had a perfect opportunity to expose him for
release
being
it.
on there. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. But then Trump, he's so lucky though that Charlie Kirk literally got assassinated right when the Epstein file situation was happening. Because right when Charlie Kirk got assassinated, just that Epstein file situation just breezed by. People were like, "Whoa, my God, the Epstein files! What is it?" It's like that meme of that girl looking at that guy looking at that other girl. That's
Yeah, I
literally what it
listen.
is. Yeah,
I want to know who's on that list.
I
I
want to
want to
know
fucking
too.
know who's on
Yeah.
that list. I
Mhm.
want to know who's on that list so we can all bring them to justice, put them in front of a town hall and execute them. I am really an advocate for bringing back public execution. I'm all for it because you know why? Because maybe it send a message to people. Oh, you like the diddle kids? Cut his head off or kill him in front of the fire squad. Televise that shit. I guarantee you, I put money on it. If you pay-per-view a execution of a heinous criminal, right?
Mhm.
That shit will make so much money. Everybody be like, where did this money come from? Where did people get this money from? Oh, it's gonna be insensitive because people. You're the same people who were celebrating the guy getting shot in the neck, and you were making fun of it.
I think the logic for that I've ran through with people that use that, I'm not saying you're wrong. I actually agree with you. It's just more like people, but what if you make a mistake? First of all, if it gets to a point where someone is on video doing it themselves and they admit I do it, there's no you made a mistake. And if someone literally didn't do that and they admitted doing it, well, they're stupid then. Well, you should be executed for being stupid as fuck, in my opinion, honestly. Like
Yeah.
that black guy that killed that Irina girl doing nothing. She was basically her thing that she did wrong was just being white, and she didn't racially profile him. I'll be honest here. If she straight up racially profiled that guy and looked at him because he was crazy and black and not sat there next to him, I'm not saying I agree, but it's like she would have still been alive. Hey, when you see a black person like that, guys, I'm just saying run. Don't get on the train that day. Run, in my opinion. But what he did to her was wrong. Like, just straight up disgusting. And when people say it wasn't racial, right? So the George Floyd situation was all racial, apparently. But even the notion that I should even suggest that it's racial with this girl and him, it's not racial. It's like, what are you talking about? The whole George Floyd thing was racial. So apparently when it's a black person doing it to someone, it's not racial. But if it's the situation's reversed, then it is racial. It's like, what? Maybe some situations in life aren't racially motivated. Maybe two people just don't like each other, or to just have a ugly confrontation, right?
Listen, ask a black dude, where does he feel more safe walking on? In the Bronx, Gun Hill at 3 in the morning, or white neighborhood at 3 in the morning? Because I tell you what, if I walk in, I'm scared to walk in Gun Hill, and I'm black. I'm more likely to get shot by someone who looks like me.
That's true. Yeah.
Why am I hate this whole thing like, oh, we're being killed by the white man. Cops are killing us. Okay, so why are we still killing each other? Oh, you don't understand. It's systematic racism that got us killing each other still. Oh, people got to eat. So kill me so he can eat. This is the whole. Are we still in the tribe phase? Is this how it is? It's still tribes and stuff?
Because that's what people justify crime. They're like, but he had to do it because he was in a impoverished area or poverty. Where it's like, no, it's like you don't get to go and rob a bank because you're hungry. It's not how that works.
You don't get to kill somebody. You don't take somebody else's life because you're hungry.
Yeah.
So because you're hungry, you take somebody else's life and destroy that family, ruin that family, make them hungry now. So you can eat for like what, 2 seconds a day, a couple of minutes, and then if you get caught, you end up in jail for life. So, and you can eat for free. So that's the thing. You just kill somebody so you can eat for the rest of your life in prison. Because if that's the case, just go commit some stupid crime. Go in and slap a cop. Just slap the shit out of a cop. You want to get to jail so quickly. It doesn't make sense. I'm tired of this notion that like we as black people were strong, but yet we're so sensitive to one word. We're still trying to make up words to insult white people to this day.
Yeah,
that stick to white people.
It's also crazy because apparently, if black people are so strong and they're so determined and all that stuff, then by every single outlier we've seen in the black community, and people want to use music, like rap stars or singers or basketball, but even want to use those. Well, then doesn't that prove that systemic racism doesn't exist? Also, the NBA and NFL, mostly composed of black people. It's like, hey, like I think self-awareness doesn't exist in these people. If these are people that are successful because of their own merit and talent, and they put in a bunch of hard work to get where they're at, then that means you can do the same thing too. And if you do that, there's a chance you'll be successful. But literally not doing that and just going like, y'all, it's always someone else's fault. Because it's always someone else's fault in these people's minds. Always someone else's fault. It's never I'm the problem. I did the thing. It's like, okay, you want to live that way? Go ahead. But your life, you're going to be fucking a loser your entire life. And that would be sad. You're a 50-year-old black dude saying the white man put me down. And they always say, but I never had an opportunity. Create your own opportunities. People keep saying, I never have an opportunity. Create your own.
There's always an opportunity, because the thing is, everybody wants to start at the top. That's the problem. A lot of people want to start at the finish line. They don't want to start at the beginning. They want to get the high paying job right off the rip. You got to start from the bottom sometimes. You know why? They rather just pay illegal immigrants to do low paying jobs, the jobs you don't want to do, because they're willing to do it. They're willing to do that.
Yeah.
They're willing to do it. I always tell people, because I teach free OSHA classes in construction to people in like in the projects, the kids like trying to get out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I write job, I write the job, and I write how much it makes. Right, I put all that out there, and I tell them the minimum requirements, and all of it is GED, high school diploma, GED, high school diploma, GED, high school diploma, and
Yeah.
all of them like
Yeah.
flabbergasted, like that's all you need to make this money? Like, yes. Oh, I don't have to go to college? No.
You're basically telling them right there, college is a scam. Like just right there, college
It's
is a scam.
I'm not gonna sit here and say college is a scam. Or there's some degrees that are worth it and you can make a
Mm-hmm.
lot of money in. Yes, engineering, civil engineering, bioengineering, uh, environmental engineering, computer science, you can make money in that. You can make money in that. Is there a risk that AI might take your job? Yes. But the sad thing is, this is what I have to say, is going to be very controversial. Sometimes people get a bullshit degree and they want a bullshit job, and they always want to keep that bullshit job. And when the bullshit job get replaced by a robot, it's like, oh, I want to go back to that bullshit job.
Mm-hmm.
Like, being a graphic designer right now is tough because you know why? I can just get AI to do it, and people are saying, "Oh, that's not fair." You know, AI is like, this is the thing. This is the thing. If you are a business owner, let's say you're a business owner, right? You're a business owner. You're a businessman, right? You make $5,000 a year, right? 5,000, not a year. Let's say $5,000 a month, right? $5,000 a month, right? And now something comes along and say you can save yourself $2,000 if you switch to this program. Because after everything is said and done, your 5,000 comes down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But if you could save $2,000 by doing this, right? Or
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna stick to your regular stuff, or you're gonna make the change to save $2,000 a week. You're making five, but you lose two every week. What are you gonna do?
Yeah. It's also the thing is you're what you had said to these
No, what
kids
are you
was
gonna do? You just you
oh
skipped the question.
my bad.
So
I
your business owner, you make $5,000 a week, but
yeah.
every week after your $5,000, you have to give away $2,000 for all these other expensive because the stuff you're using. But now, if I tell you you could save that $2,000, you only lose like $500 if you switch to this. It's cheaper.
Oh, I'm switching.
You're switching, right? Because
Yeah.
why? You want to keep the money,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what businesses do. Practical effects in movies switch from practical to CGI.
Right.
Why? Save money. Now it's starting to switch to AI. Why? To save money.
Mm-hmm.
Companies want to save money. I do not want to have to pay some kid out of college 90 grand so he can bitch about how much money he's not making, go on strike every other week, take a vacation, not coming to the office. If I could cut him, I save money and I make money because I want to stay rich.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody understands that. They rather just feel like everybody's too entitled, and it's fucking annoying.
Well, it's crazy that when you bring up the AI conversation, it's I want people to understand. Like even early back in the day, when like let's say photographs when they evolved to being like
Yeah.
digital, whatever, people had a problem
Yes.
with that. People literally had a problem with digital photographs.
Yeah.
And I get it that AI might not be the most practical thing, but I would say it's definitely going to be good for some things. You know,
Yeah.
so like this is how technology always has been. Like we thought the advancements of computers were those egg computers that we had back in the early 2000s, but no, computers now are like way advanced compared to what we thought the maximum limit was for them years and years ago. It's like I told people this, you have to understand things are always going to be changing, and you have to kind of either change with them or you might end up getting screwed.
Yeah.
There's going to be things that aren't going to be worth to major in college for because it's just going to get replaced. There's no need to waste your time with that.
It sucks with the thing with AI is just like it's causing a lot of strain with the use of water and electricity, and we don't have enough green, like this whole thing where everybody's going green. There's not enough green
Mhm.
energy resources, so they like no more coal. Let's not use coal anymore. We're gonna use the solar power and all this stuff. Okay, well, there's not enough solar power to provide for those AI plants and all that stuff, those stations. So who eats the bite bullet? Us, the common man. I say fuck that. Let those companies pay the extra. Why?
Mhm.
If they, all these city officials, all these brilliant city officials should really sit there and say, if you want to build a freaking AI station hub in my city, you need to provide this stuff, right? You have to
Right.
provide X amount of dollars to build X amount of solar panels, water things and stuff, right? So
Right.
you could get the extra energy because you're putting a strain on the people that live here.
Right.
So you dish out first and build, we allow it. But no, they won't do that. They rather get the money and say, "Oh, this is going to bring more money to us. We're going to get more money because this guy who runs this company, he's going to give me a kickback."
Happens in our city too. Like the city officials could make things way better with streets and everything, but they just don't. For some reason, they just don't. They're just happy with collecting a check and it's not giving a fuck. It's just so crazy out. And people crazy is people put these faith in the people or the government. They're like, if I just believe in old daddy government, everything will just be better. It's like, if you believe in the government's gonna come save you, I don't even know. Maybe I'll just
That's
sell you this bridge on this ocean front. You know?
People are dumb. If you believe the government actually cares about you, you deserve everything that's happened to
So I
you.
tell them how many taxes I pay every year. They don't. The
It's
only thing you are to a government is the tax dollars you give them. That's it. That's it.
yes, you're just you're just another dollar to them. Like, hey, look, another person born, another social security, another person we could tax for the rest of our lives. Or another person that could put a strain on it. So it's a coin flip. You're either gonna
Mhm.
make money for the government or you're gonna take the money from the government. And they're gonna blame people like you for doing it.
What's
Because
crazy is I actually liked what Elon Musk was originally doing with Doge. They wanted to uncover a bunch of government fraud with like Social Security and all of their stuff, but then he gave up on it when the big beautiful bill ended up passing because he just didn't like what it actually had in there.
yeah. And that's smart because it's like this is not what I wanted to do. This is not what I signed up for. This is not change the
Hmm.
change I wanted.
Hmm.
And he backed out, you know. And I mean, Doge is supposed to come around since uh freaking Obama's administration. They were setting that up, and then what happened to that? It kind of just fell apart. It just stopped.
It was so
They
crazy seeing how much money that the government was wasting, but it's like that never even had to uncover that. I knew they would waste money. Like it's just as much money as people got to understand we give the government in terms of like taxes and everything. Where does that money go to? It doesn't make the cities look better. Roads still look like shit. Nothing looks
yeah.
better. Nothing gets done. They're obviously wasting the money on something. You know.
Now I won't say on some things. Now, if it's depending on what state you live in and what
True.
county,
Yeah.
like New Jersey is different counties. If you
Hmm.
go to there's like counties I've driven in, and
Hmm.
it's like the streets are no damage and stuff. There's everything looks nice. They pay more in their property taxes, right?
Hmm.
But the reason they get to have those nice things is because those people every month they take their asses down to the town hall and bitch and complain. And when something's wrong, they call their township and bitch and complain. They constantly bitch and complain until the people on the other side say, I'm tired of this. I'm going to do what I got to do.
Hmm.
All right. It happens in New York City too. The Upper East Side, they wanted to put a bike lane in front of this building. The rich people in that building was like, fuck no, you're not putting a bike lane in front of our building. And guess what they did? They went over down to town, the city, and was like, no bike lane. You're crazy. Rich people got a lot of time. There was a helicopter. There's like the helicopter tours. There's a flyby past one building. One old rich lady was like, it wakes me up. I hate it. Guess what happened? She bitching complained. Guess what happened? That helicopter tour reroutes the other way to avoid flying
Hmm.
it. Money talks. Bitching talks. When you could talk and bitch, things happen. How
That
many black
yeah.
people are going down to this town halls and bitching and complaining and actually being upset?
Right.
Don't
Yeah.
wait till Antifa comes around to say, no, I don't want these immigrants in my area. Because we saw black people saying, we don't want these immigrants in our area. And
Hmm.
what happened? They said, you're going to take these immigrants, don't like it.
Hmm. Or BLM would come around every 4 years and be like, "Hey, you guys remember us? We love black people," even though their
Yeah, like
organization ain't done shit for black
BLM should have
people.
been out there. BLM should have literally, BLM should have been out in the streets like, yo, we don't want
Hmm.
no immigrants in our area because we struggling and they taking our benefits. That's our free assistance. We
Hmm.
don't want them to have it. March, protest. Why is Antifa not there helping? I guess for the people if they care about minorities, right? They
Hmm.
wouldn't know where to be found, right? Those people, they got all the immigrants. Now ICE is in there. Guess who shows up? Antifa.
And they're just blocking federal aid, like federal ICE agents from going home and trying to stop them from deporting people is just it's insane. It's crazy that I told people this. Even though people thought it was okay for them to enter the country legally, it's never been. It was just a rule that was never enforced. It's kind of like one of those things that people just kind of kept on the down low kind of thing. It's like, oh, just don't say anything kind of thing. It's like, oh, if you know, you know. No, it's never been okay to enter the country legally. Like, and I would imagine that's the thing for no country. Like, you can't just go
Yeah,
in someone's backyard illegally, right?
I want to see. Give me how many Americans enter other countries illegally. I'll wait. How many
Shit.
Americans are going over there to those other countries illegally? Because you stay past your visa in another country, they tell you get out. We're getting you out. You're gonna get kicked out. We don't care. We're gonna kick you out.
Or I
You
would say, be an American, go to Mexico, burn their flag, just in the open area.
they'll never do that. Nobody. No, the Americans can't go to. Remember like years ago that kid went over to North Korea, touched the flag, and they put him in it. They put
I
him in
remember that.
jail,
I remember
and then
that.
he
Yeah.
came back and he was all screwed up and died. Go over there and do that. Go to North Korea and burn the North Korean flag. See how that works out.
Like you said earlier, entitlement, like disrespect from people, like they don't understand what a great country this. And I admit, there's some problems here we got to get over.
It's a lot. It's a lot of problems here. A lot.
I'd rather live here than be in Europe. In Europe,
Yeah.
I could retweet something like you said earlier in the show, and if it gave someone anxiety, the police would barge down my door because I retweeted something. Not if I even agree with it, because sometimes people retweet something so it circulates an engagement to their followers, right? Not if you agree
Yeah.
with it. If you retweet something and it gave someone anxiety, oh no, then you're the bigot, instaphobe. Now I must go to jail, and it's like, what the fuck is wrong with people? What the
It's
hell?
I don't know what happened to the human race, and like I feel like Americans are very there's a lot there's like a lot of us who are very entitled and who think the world who suffer from main character syndrome
Mhm.
and is always in high anxiety, sees everything through the lens of
Mhm.
racism and bigotism and homophobic and transphobic and stuff. And just like if you live your life that way every day, I can see why you have a mental breakdowns and need to take 1,000 pills to function. Because that is so self I don't even know how to describe it. To think that everybody's out to get you, you're just gonna just fail constantly because nobody's out to get you. Nobody's really out to get you. Nobody wants it. If you make yourself a target, you make yourself a target.
Mhm.
If it's like if I go out and every day and say everybody's racist and I dress a certain way, I talk a certain way, people gonna look at me funny. It's how you carry yourself in life, how people respect you, how people treat you.
Right.
And I think people forget that. Like everybody wants to make it, they want to be they become so self-centered. Like, look at me. Look at me. Okay, we see you. Look at me more. Okay, now we see you too much, and now you gotta tell you to shut up. That's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's too much. Also, I'll to your point, self-importance. People think they're so important that if it doesn't revolve around them, then like it's just the end of the world. It's like that's what the internet does to a lot of people. Like with the whole Charlie Kirk situation with his wife. Like who knows? She might be putting on a front. Who really knows? But until there's credible information for you to believe that, but I would imagine that if you see someone not grieving in the way that you want, that's ultimately the most craziest thing. She doesn't grieve the way you want or you think she
Yeah.
should. So that must mean that automatically it's fake and disingenuous. What level of logic is that? That's how you know you've been on the internet too long, where you think nothing is genuine. And I get it. There's reasons to believe things are fake. That's pliable with the internet. But if you think that everything you see is fake, your brain is fried. Actually go outside, unplug your router, touch grass, and fucking start walking down the street because you have
There's
had too
a
much internet.
there's a movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, and it's like his wife dies. He goes to the funeral, then the next day he goes right to work, and everybody's like, "Are you okay?" And he's like in focus and work mode, and everybody's like, "Your wife died," like, and he's constantly thinking about this work. That's all he's thinking about is work. He's not grieving. Like everybody in the office is like, "What is he doing here?" He's like, "What's wrong with this guy?" Then he goes to like a construction site, and he's like, "Can I just break this wall down?" And everybody's like, "Why?" He's like, "I just want to do something." It's like he's handling his grief in a way that's not normal. So, or what we perceive as normal, right? Some people grieve in different ways. Some people would rather just continue on and move on. Like in the Jewish religion, like if you die today, they bury you tomorrow. Then the next day they be sad and they move on. Like, okay, he's gone, he lived his life, and that's it. There's some countries who celebrate the death, like they're sad, but listen, he lived a good life. Let's be happy that he's at rest, he's at peace.
Right.
It's different ways of grief. If you think that somebody's supposed to sit there and cry every day over you being gone, that's not gonna happen. I'm sorry to say this. Like,
yeah,
people are going to move on with their lives.
I even use myself as an example here. When my mom passed away, I didn't cry. People ask me, why aren't you crying? I'm just not a crying person. I'm sad she's gone. Obviously, I would be sad she's gone. But that's why I related to that situation where it's like, yeah, like shit happens. It really sucks. But what's better for your life, guys? Sitting in a corner, bawling your eyes out, or putting your pants on and going, you know what, this is really shitty, but I'm going to keep pushing forward. What do you think's a better thing for you to do? Now, I'm not saying everyone has to do that, but it's better for your mind to just be doing something than to just sit there and just crying, right? And people gotta imagine, we're not seeing her every single move. She probably is bawling her eyes out. Her husband was assassinated.
Yeah.
She probably is. She's not doing it in front of you. So since she's not doing it in front of you, that makes it not legitimate. It's like, that's crazy. You know how narcissistic that is? You know how crazy that is? You know? And who knows? Maybe she is putting on the best front in human history. Maybe. But until I see otherwise, I don't know. You know, I just don't believe it. You know? People grieve in different ways. You don't control how someone grieves. You know, I'm not gonna say, oh, she wouldn't grieve the way that I would. That's just so stupid. What a narcissistic thing to say to someone.
Yeah,
you know?
that's like, oh, it's like when you tell somebody, oh, you're not really depressed. I saw you happy and laughing the other day. Okay, I'm not really depressed because you saw me laughing and smiling. You're with me 24/7. You don't know what is in the person's head. The people who it's always stories. Somebody who killed themselves. There's photos of them smiling and laughing, having a good time, happy, saying they love you guys. They're so happy, right? Then the next day they commit suicide. You can't say you like. It's just weird. It's just people want to project it. Yeah, people want to project their own emotions and thoughts onto others, and that's why we're in the situation we are now, where everybody's just like, I don't hear nothing about trans people, or gay people, or black people. Just got, I'm tired of it, because everybody wants to be a victim, and nobody just wants to fucking just exist anymore. I just want to exist. I want to wake up, go to work, fucking make my money, go to the gym, come home, play a game, hang out with people every now and then, go out sometimes. That's it. I want to try to get through the day. I don't need to worry about 12,000 different things, because you know why? The person you're worrying about in a country far, far away don't give two shits about you.
Yeah. They don't know you exist. Like, if you died right now, like if you straight up just drop dead, they wouldn't know or care, probably.
Yeah. Because you know why? There's somebody else that cares about them. It's like dudes who got rosters of girls. One girl leaves, I'm fine. Get another girl. Same thing with women. I got 1,000 guys after me. You leave me, I got my rosters lined up.
The average girl. That's crazy. The average girl that's a 4 out of 10 that you see at like Walmart has a roster of dudes. Just, dude, my ex and her sister aren't the most attractive women at all. I told people on stream, they're straight up like 3 out of 10s, 4 out of 10s with makeup, 4 out of 10s.
And you still hit.
I would. And what's crazy is that they'll show me their phone. Like, you guys have a lot of people just blow me. Dude, I swear to God, it's literally 100+ messages. These aren't even the best looking women. These are straight up 4 out of 10s. 4 out of 10s.
Yeah.
Dudes are oh god. That's
not as special as you think in the world. And this is something I learned from a guy who was like a business owner, and he was like, he lived the lifestyle with all this stuff. He said, the hottest girl you know, think of the hottest girl you know right now. Think of it, the 10 out of 10, the guys are killing themselves for her. Some dude is tired of fucking her.
I heard that saying before. Yeah.
He's tired of fucking her. He's just tired of it. He's like, I'm done with this. I hate it. I fuck all the time. I'm over this. Same thing for the hottest guy. There's some chick that's like, I'm tired of fucking this dude. I'm done. No matter what, people get you want it because you can't have it. It's amazing. You want it. You want to experience that. It's like, but when you get it and you just like, do I want to keep it now?
I always struggle with that too. Those constant, like, I need that constant hit for dopamine kind of thing. That episode
Yeah,
of South Park was so good where Satan is talking to Stan about dopamine hits. I swear,
yeah,
South Park had some of the most glorious episodes ever when it comes to like stuff like that. It's like that's literally like Twitter in a nutshell. Everyone's just trying to get that most viral tweet constantly to keep feeding themselves getting paid. That's why you have people saying the most outrageous bullshit. Like I remember there was an account that I followed his, and he said the Satanic Panic never happened. I was like, there's no way you actually believe that. But the tweet blew up. That's all a person cared about.
yeah. That's all they
just
care
care about.
about.
There's no way someone with a straight face would say that shit never happened. What are
It's
you
like
talking about?
it's like the situation that happened recently with Hassan.
Oh yeah, the dog thing.
Yeah,
Fuck.
if Hassan is somebody that is on your political side, that is all free Palestine, and is somebody that you believe is the godsend, no matter what he does, you're gonna stand with him. Hassan literally called and said heinous things about a trans person in his chat
I remember this.
that was calling him out, and people were saying like he's for the trans people. He just called out a trans person and told the trans person to go fuck themselves and like all this stuff. There's clips. There's a whole clip. Doesn't kill. Oh, Hassan's for the people. Hassan said kill landlords. Hassan's not a bad guy. He never said that. There's a
What you
clip.
said earlier. It's because he's attractive. If he literally looked like Flavor Flay, people would be wanting this guy's head
It's
on
not
a pike.
attractive. It's because of what he believes in. He's
Yeah.
on the side of the far left
Mm-hmm.
and everything, and people will stick by him.
Mm-hmm.
He could literally call all his followers idiots, dummies, and cut his dog's head off in front of the TV. Oh, he had to do it. You don't know. The dog was probably sick.
Even though that thing you said earlier, the dog could have been running around, jumping up and down, bouncing up, having a good time. But you're like, oh, he's sick. He just had to go away. Oh, really? Had to go the way of Old Yeller, right?
It doesn't matter because Hassan is. Why would Hassan do that? There's a
Dr.
reason.
Disrespect is the biggest one. Dude straight up admitted he can't sue me for this. I know what he said. Word for word said, were there conversations that leaned inappropriate with this person? Word for word, exactly what he said. And then he said yes. Then proceeded to edit the tweet, then delete it.
Yeah.
This person straight up admitted to, hey, maybe if there was a person, allegedly, then I kind of did speak with them inappropriately. You did what?
And there's a minor.
So even though he says there's not a person, this guy randomly just admitted to, hey, there might have been a minor, and I probably did speak inappropriately with this person. Then his followers said, but Twitch, he won the Twitch lawsuit. No, they settled. There wasn't really a win there.
A settle is not a win. That's the saying. Okay, we're just gonna cut. We're just gonna.
They probably just didn't see it as a worthwhile funding adventure to keep doing it, right? And people keep saying, "Oh, but she was 17." We don't even know that. We don't know the age of the person. This person could have been messaging inappropriate things to like someone who was 14. Who knows?
Listen, at 7, I know in other states they say like, oh, the age of consent is like under 18. No, gross, yuck, nasty. Then the whole shit where they're saying it's okay to marry your cousin or some shit. Yuck.
Oh,
nasty.
The Muslim, because you're from New York, you know how I feel. You probably know this more than me. You know, they're Muslim people. Don't they believe it's like okay to have married like 9-year-olds?
I don't know, and I know it's gross. I think in Jersey you're able to marry is incest. There's no law against it. Yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
No. If you I don't care if you my 6th cousin removed. It says cousin. There was a bloodline link to it.
In like Jersey, girls could like become strippers at like 15. What kind of strip club? I saw that. Maybe you didn't watch the Tyra Banks show. Remember, she had an episode where like it was New Jersey, and a few other places where literally like clubs would hire like girls that were 16, 15 and be strip. Like, what strip club did that? You need to burn that place to the ground.
That is disgusting. Put it like this: I am somebody who is very open and willing to listen and have conversations.
Right.
If the minute you talk about, well, I'm attracted to kids, the conversation's over. Get the hell away from me because I would do something very horrible to you. The same type of people who sit there and go, I'm a zoophile. I like to have sex with animals. Get away from me because I am going to hurt you. Stand back. Get away. Don't look at me. Don't talk to me. I don't know you. You're dead to me. Because if you continue, and I'm not trying to have this conversation, there's no TED talk.
Mm-hmm.
There's no understand. There's no I need to understand. No, no, no.
Yeah,
I could understand. I
or
would
people
have a
go, but he
conversation with
makes
somebody.
mistakes. It's like, no, there's mistakes.
No, that's
There's unforgivable mistakes. If you go and murder someone, I don't forgive you. It's like there's this is the problem that you said earlier. There's no lines people have. There needs to be a clear line in things. Literally, what people said, you diddle kid, done. There is no there's some things in life that don't give you second chances. That is one of them. You
yeah,
grape a woman, and like it's proven you did. You're done. There's nothing you can come back from that. It's
exactly.
over. There has
It's
to
like,
be a line for people.
and then people who say, and then the people who say if they give the death sentence to pedophiles, it's attacking the gay community. It's like, what are you trying to say by that?
This is just saying the quiet part out loud. It's like, are you implying that most of the community is full of PDFs? I'm not saying that.
Like,
I'm
how
not
is that
that,
targeting gay? Like, that's the wildest thing. Because what if the a gay person goes, what if they have a drag show for kids and stuff, and they consider that pedophilia? Is like, listen to what you're saying and please understand what you're saying. If you want to take your kid to a drag show, fine, go ahead. It's not my kid. I don't care. I don't have kids.
Yeah.
Do whatever you want with your kid.
Right.
Not my kid. Right? You want to take, if you think that's fine, fine. I don't agree with it, but hey, what I'm gonna do, I'm not going to go out there and protest it. It is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
But when you find out that Sid drag person had sex with a 13-year-old boy, which just happened
see that.
recently,
I saw that. Yep.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Shoot him. Shoot them. I don't care. Shoot the person.
And I love how the headlines for that person literally went, person had underage sex with minor.
Rape. That is rape.
Yes.
It is. You probably can't say it on YouTube or whatever. It was the R word.
They literally raped the 13-year-old.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
Because if it was the other if it was a straight man and an underage girl, everybody, the world be on fire.
Mm-hmm. Or dude, it happens with the teachers that are older that grape the underage students. They're like, older teacher had sex with underage student. No, what the fuck?
That is the R word, hard R word, not the NER word, freaking the R word with the rhymes with grape. All right, it is horrible. Listen, I used to be a young boy too and fantasized to be my teachers, right?
Yeah.
And they're screwed, and I'm guarantee you, half those boys that have been doing that, it screws you up. It literally screws you up. Watch a movie called Hard Candy. Go watch the movie Hard Candy.
Mm-hmm.
You ever seen it?
I've watched something similar. So it was a Jennifer. I mean, doing things kind of funny. It was a J-Lo movie where she literally had sex with like an underage student.
I know who you're talking about,
right? And people were like, "Wait a minute, do you guys know this is a movie about her graping an underage student, and he's the bad guy because he obviously wouldn't try to kill her, obviously, but it's like no, she cheated on her husband. She just is in love with a student. You can't do these things. Like,
watch the movie Hard Candy. Hard Candy is about a guy who thinks he's meeting this underage girl, right? She is underage, but then she actually starts torturing the guy, and like it's this whole thing. Like he thought he was getting an easy prey, but the prey was actually the predator, right?
But it's kind of like a twist on the rape revenge kind of thing, right?
But it wasn't. But the thing was, like, he was telling her, he was explaining to her, like, what happened to him when he was younger. He was touched when he was younger by an older woman, and he figured it was fine. So it twisted, like, his whole mental was like flipped. Mm-hmm. Now these young boys who are 13 and these 30-year-old women having sex with 13-year-old boys. Mm-hmm. Now these boys have this whole thing in their head. When they get older, if they don't go through the proper therapy, they're gonna think it happened to me. So is it okay? It must be okay because it happened to me. And there's a whole psychological thing. Mm-hmm. And the main point: stay away from kids. If a girl says she's 19, she's 17.
Yeah. Or it's crazy how you have people that don't even ask the age. It's like every person I've met in my entire life, at some point when we first meet, you ask them, "Hey, how old are you?" Like, you know how you meet someone and you don't initially ask their name and you go, "Oh, sorry, what was your name?" These are basic things average people ask. If you did not do your due diligence and ask that person's age, are you stupid? Like, are you just that
Listen,
forgetful as a
don't even
person?
ask the age. You gotta verify the age. Do real ID. I want to see birth certificates. I want to talk to your relatives and stuff to confirm your age, because you can't go off of what people tell you. Because there are young girls out here who look like they're in their 20s, but they're 16.
Hard Candy. Yep, came out in 2005. I'll have to watch this.
Watch it.
These movies are usually my guilty pleasure. I like watching some of the rape revenge movies. Those are kind of fun. Seeing the girl just get the revenge on them, the captor.
It's just crazy that people think that's like there needs to be a conversation with people who are pedophiles. Yeah, there's something wrong with them. Put them out their misery.
I always say drop them in Snake Island. You know that island next to Brazil was full of snakes?
Yeah.
Drop them in there butt naked. Have the snakes have them. Keep in mind, what's worse for them? Riding away in jail or that? Literally, you're not contributing to life. You might as well be gone, in my opinion. That's my opinion. Or drop them off the Empire State Building upside down.
Child porn. He indulges in child porn. Hurt him.
Yeah. Drop him in the ocean next to where like tiger sharks are generally when they're in like those big schools. Drop him in the ocean with bloody meat strapped to his legs. Just
don't let me ever become in charge of a country. Oh, you're a pedophile? Okay, what did you do? Child porn? I'm cutting your eyes out. Oh, you did it, little kid? I'm castrating you, and I'm cutting your eyes out.
Good Lord,
you're gonna be blind, and you listen.
I agree. I
pick your poison.
People should
death or your eyes out. Which one?
People should definitely make that. I wish they would make it public because people don't understand. It sets a precedent. You do this, this is the thing that happens to you. That's it.
Yeah.
Or just recently with Rumble, there's this person that got revealed to be a person that indulged in child porn, and I read the report where he had said, I hadn't watched child CP since 2017. What? Yeah, I had I remember Whiskey Capitalist sent me the report. He deleted everything. He deleted his Twitter account, deleted his Rumble channel, YouTube or whatever. It's like, okay, you need to be like, I would say dump you in the safari and have a bunch of alligators tear you limb from limb. That's what I would suggest. You know alligators are pretty vicious fucking animals. So,
you ever seen the movie Blood Diamond?
That sounds familiar.
But what? You never see Blood Diamond?
I don't think I have, but I know it sounds familiar.
There's a scene where the guy, if you steal, right? If you try to steal the diamonds and stuff, the guy walks up and he goes, short sleeves or long sleeve? Yeah, he goes, short sleeve or long sleeve? You say short sleeve, he cuts your hand off right there. If you say long sleeve, he cuts off from there. There are countries that will cut your hand off if you steal.
Mm-hmm. There was a viral video that came out some years ago. Have you seen it? Where this dude threw it on a woman and like touched her or whatever sexually. Then the people got him, tied him up to a pole, and just started wailing on him. And
they should, they should.
Yeah. And people in the comments were like, "They're being too harsh on him." He pushed on a girl, fondled her back vagina, and then it's disgusting. And now he got what he deserved. Fuck him.
He should. Fuck that. Like, stop feeling sympathy for monsters. You feel?
I don't get where that comes from. It's not an anime.
Creature Commando. This is not the Weasel from Creature Commando, where he was actually not a bad person. This is not a monster, like you said, in an animated movie that society misjudged. This is actually a monster. He did a monstrous thing.
Mm-hmm.
He's not a villain who had a bad
dude. I swear, if the Joker exists, people would make excuses for him. If the Joker actually legitimately existed as an entity, people would make it. He had to do it.
If zombies existed. If zombies exist, people are like, don't kill zombies because they used to be people.
Zombie lives matter.
Zombie dead lives matter. They're people too. They were once people. And just because they're eating people, they didn't choose that. It was thrown upon them. And people protest it. Because people are stupid.
Gosh, bad. Zombie lives matter. That will be the apex of our lives. But last few things I'll ask you before we head out, because I know it's late for you. So first thing is, do you have anything planned coming up for the rest of 2025 going into 2026 that you want to let the audience know about?
I'll be hitting up TwitchCon next week. I'll be hitting up TwitchCon. I'm trying to get back my my co-host for the Unfiltered Gamer podcast. She's currently doing some big life changes, so
okay,
kind of slow down with that, but it's coming to pick back up. Got some other new podcasts and projects coming up with the Duty Beard and Pals gang, and just yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm just trying to get this money somehow.
Yeah, people understand if someone that you knew was on the internet a lot, Chances are the reason why they took a break is because they need money. Like electric bills don't pay themselves.
Exactly.
that bill
Shit
comes,
not
they
getting
need money.
cheaper. They saying inflation going down, but the prices didn't go down with it. So
Trump is like gas price, inflation. Not to my bills, they don't go down. What bills going down? It's crazy.
Yeah.
As you grow up in life, when people have said things have gone down, I've never experienced that. I've never experienced life where prices have gone down. I've only experienced life where they've gone up. So there's a life out there where prices go down. I want to be a part of that life because I've never seen it.
Shit, and motherfuckers, there's people who they're like, oh, everything's so hard, but you still shopping at these expensive places. Like, it's not hard for you, motherfucker.
Something is giving here. People are like, oh, prices, it's all expensive. You shop in like Costco with like $500 bills. What? I don't. Something's not right there. Maybe the
math don't math. The math don't math.
The last thing, Archie, man, is do you have any shout outs you want to give to anyone in particular and anything else you want to say before we head out?
Shout outs to Matt Curious, co-host for the Unfiltered Gamers. Shout out to Duty Beard and Pals gang. Shout out to
BLM.
I think that's it. Shout out to Kaden and the new Black crew. Shout out to them.
Yeah,
good guys.
We got to do a new White Street. That's what we need. New White Street with black dudes. Wouldn't that be crazy?
That'd be crazy. That'd be good. Shout out to Gothics. Shout out to Gothics.
Yeah.
Woo Leon. Shout out to my homies. OG.
Working with the Rippaverse, doing some good things over there.
Yeah, shout out to every July in the Rippaverse, how they came from a small startup and they still going strong. People thought they'd be done within the first months. They still
every year, every day I hear about the Rippaverse is failing. They must be failing pretty good. God damn.
That's a weird fail.
I want to fail like that.
I want to fail like that too. Shit.
God. Yeah, man. People on the internet would like. I remember I was saying as like a doctor. He was like, people on the internet read what's wrong with them, and then by the end of the symptom, they figured out they had AIDS. Like what? Yeah, you type on the internet, hey, I got a back problem. Then you figure out you just have AIDS. Like what? How did it even get to that?
That is wild. How did we get to this loop? How did we jump from this to that?
But yeah, thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. It's good to have Dela back on for a second appearance. We always have
thank you for having me.
Can't wait to have you on again in the future, and we'll see you guys.